So you've got what you're trying to do now with this song. Just give a quick thing about. It's a long song, but it's really simple because it's only a verse and a chorus, and it's just alternates between the two. So we've dealt with the verses, and there's like what 4 verses, 5 verses, quite long, and then usually it's a common structure. You're going to have 2 verses back to back, chorus, then it's going to go verse chorus, verse chorus, verse chorus, and out. Intros and outros, in and outs, you deal with separately. But then the verses we've got, which is the E, D, A, E. But there's a little wrinkle because we've got the right things for the verse. We've got the right order, but the right timing. Loaded is the same actually. It's weird, isn't it? Because Loaded was slow. I didn't see anybody have a struggle with it. But this one, because it's a bit faster and the percussion's going, it's a bit trickier. So basically, the right timing for Loaded and for Sympathy for the Devil is like this. It's like if we treat each chord change as a bar, whether it is or not, it doesn't really matter. It's just because it's the same length of time. So it'll go E. It goes, please allow me to introduce myself. So you can't do it a 4 count. There's a man with wealth and taste. E, 2, 3, 4. Second line, I've been around for a long, long year. Stolen many a man's soul and faith. Now the point is that it ends on an E and it starts on an E. But don't think it's important to not think of it as there's 2 E's together, because it's at one end and the other end. So you come to the end on an E and then you jump back and you start on E again. So did anybody find that you get to the E and then you start to go to the D early? Because that's where your brain's telling you to do something that your ear's telling you not to do, and you trust in your brain rather than your ear. So that's the verse. I like to leave you touch a little bit, because if your ear gets it, you should consider that. You should have a little party for yourself, because everything you get for yourself is much better than being told it, because that's when you learn. But the thing is, right, is the bridge. So the question is now is, how many times do we do that for a verse? I'll tell you, it's 4. Because he goes, first verse, please allow me to introduce myself, I'm a man of wealth and taste. 1. Been around for a long, long year, told many man stolen faith. 2. Been around when Jesus Christ has come and fame. 3. Then done sure the pilot, crossed his hands and sealed his fate. 4. Pleased to meet you is the other section. Now, the point is this, right? When you say, oh, I love this song, or I'll never want to play it again. Well, you'll be playing it in the class, but you don't have to play it at home. You still learn stuff even if you don't like it. If you listen to that song until you don't need to, ideally you learn the lyrics, because if you listen to it enough, you almost inevitably learn the lyrics. But if you listen to it, you'll get to know what 4 of them feels like, and you'll get to know at least the line that's coming up. You'll have a vague notion that something's going to happen, and that's how you learn a song. You don't learn a song by just constantly playing off it. I'm not having a go. That's the weak one. I'm not having a go at it. It's like I'm just ideologically different. That's all I am. So, but like I said, that's the way to get it inside you. And with simple songs like this, it doesn't take anything. This is the thing. So the bridge goes to B, right? Pleased to meet you. But can you see some here? It goes 2 B's. Hope you guess my name. E. Right? And it does that twice. So 4 times this, 4 times to the verse. And you say, well, I was just saying, I noticed, like you said, these are things that kind of like confuse you. Yeah? Well, you say, well, do you know what the verse is now? Kind of at least an idea of it with the D, E, D, and E. So as you play the song more, the E, D, A, E starts to bed in, and you start to recognise it. You go straight to it like a trained dog. I'm on about your ear, and you're not a trained dog. It's like your hand and your ear, like you've got parts of you, like the brain is the. I usually dig myself in, but like I'm just skirting the toilet bowl at the moment. But like it's like your brain is like the human, but your arm's like a dog, and your ear's like a dog, because they don't respond to language. They just respond to things. So learning a song. You shouldn't have the idea that when you learn a song, you play it, and especially if you've got a sheet in front of you, oh, I've played it, I've heard it once. Oh, where's the next one? Let's do the next one now. Because you have to gain familiarity with it. So, but the main thing is that what people tend to not take into account is, if you know that bit, but you don't know that bit, the not knowing that bit is where your brain comes online. It's like, what's going on? I've been trying to suppress, point of order, Mr. Chairman. You got all this crap with your cognitive thing that's like, well, he wouldn't let me have a sheet, and I need a sheet. My arm doesn't need a sheet, but my brain needs it. It's like, and the minute that happens, and you think, oh, I don't know what the chord is, your ears switch off because your brains and your mouth starts talking to yourself inside. And what you need to do is switch off and just listen to it, going, well, I don't know what that chord is, but I've got to listen, because if I don't listen, I ain't going to stand a chance of working out what it is. Yeah. So you just sit there and enjoy the verse, enjoy the rest. And what happens is, if you do it right, it comes back into the E-D-A-E bit, and you probably miss it. You probably get to the song will get to D or A. You go, oh, this is E-D-A-E. Hang on, where can I jump on? Boom, and you jump on. And there's not enough time, because I want to do through a variety of songs to give you a bit of variety. To do all that, all I can do is point it out and give you enough exposure in the class that if you then go away and play around with, or apply the stuff to your own songs that you like to play, then we all win. Yeah. Now you say, well, okay, what's B? You got a couple of choices. We'll spend a bit more time on this in the weeks to come, because the B that I want you to play is this, for many reasons, and in some ways I think probably it'd be worth doing it now, but I'll give you an alternative for tonight, which is you can play B7 if you're already comfortable, if you already know B7. B7 is this. And to be fair, you can get away without playing that finger if you want. You can get away with that. You can get away with that, actually. It's up to you. But that's the traditional voicing. What I'd prefer you play is this. Still have to X that. You play 1, 3 or 4. I'll put finger 4 in for small hands, but some people have to stretch to 3. Now, like my lazy G in the beginners class, your finger 4 will almost certainly kill that string, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. And the point is that your finger will probably still miss these two strings, which is also a good thing, because if you don't have to have them in, but if you have that one open, that ring in, that's a B. So you end up with B, F sharp, and B, which is a B5, which is close enough. You can have the E string ring in. It'll create a. It creates just like a sus4 chord. It still kind of works. Makes it a bit ambiguous and fancy. But equally, if your palm screws it up and kills that string, you're fine as well. So that's what you. That's those. Either of those get plugged in to the bridge, or the chorus. So while you're trying out the chord sequences and listening to the song, you're also getting used to the way you switch between these two parts and how long you stay into them. There are notes for this song. There aren't notes for every song, but they're on my living room floor. But it doesn't matter, because I know the new people are going, either I ain't coming back to this again, or I wish I hadn't been enrolled. But you don't need notes for everything, because it's really important to not have notes. It's really important to know. I will convince you that over the years, but there's a balance of having songs with notes and songs without notes. So ideally, I'd like you to have a notes at the beginning of the song, but even so, we'll turn lemons into lemonade for tonight. Right? So give it another go. We'll go from the top. I'll come and show you a couple of little things as well. So I'll do that first.